Hello, hello.
I'm just showing Donna my pretty nails.
Pretty nails. I was going to show you my toenails, but I don't know if I can bend that far because they look a very similar colour, which is weird.
Go on, put your foot behind your head. Let's have a see if you can help bend it.
I'll probably fall off the chair. Welcome to Donna and Cheryl TV here for 15 to 20 minutes-ish of keeping it real. And we've got to tell you, like, all agendas are out the window today because we're just excited. It's the first time we've been back together like this for nearly 2 weeks. So this is cool. I just want to hear all about the weekend and what's the shaking.
I'm keeping it really real because I'm in the integration period. I'm allowed to go live without any makeup on. Hi,
Anne.
Thanks for saying I'm gorgeous. I was like that. My hair was in a messy bun. I looked in the mirror and I thought, what? Yeah, I'm just going, I'm laying it bare.
And integration is really important, and it's something for you to bear in mind. So, like, you know, when Yvette did a Tony Robbins the other week, or when you go off and do something big. So Cheryl's been away on, you know, a few days of training, very intense, some travel, and you're in like elevated emotions for most of the time that you're there because you switched on, you're engaged, you're learning, you're really connecting. So you can often, you're feeling quite high, you're related, it's amazing, it's mind-blowing, and then you come away and woof, you can have a dip. So it's really important to build yourself in 1 or 2 days where your diary is quite clear, where you can just so calibrate internally with what's gone on, assimilate what you've learned. And sometimes then we have like a bit of a, oh, well, I can't do it for this, that, and you know, like all the, some of your monkey mind will start coming back in. So you just need time to kind of level yourself out, level your energy out. If you come straight back in and you boom straight at it again, you can really miss that time out. We learned this from our coach, Nick, didn't we? All about it. You know, Brendan Bashard talks about it.
Definitely.
So a few days of, just lost her. A few days of you just chilling, going with the flow, just listening to your body, allowing your monkey mind to just have a moment. Cheryl, you've been doing a lot of just kind of getting out of your head onto writing down what some of your thoughts are and stuff as well, haven't you?
Sorry, I can hear some
dynamic duo back together, Wendy. Thank you so much. Sorry, I've got a sniffly nose, guys. Giving a real
thing.
Oh God, anyway. It is echoey. You're right.
So yes, what can I say?
Well, I'd like to tell everyone what pranic healing is as well, because we had a lot of questions like, what is it?
Oh, I should have brought my workbook. I've got a certain
paragraph. Read it out to them.
I've got a certain paragraph that I have to say. So it's basically prana is energy. It's your life force energy. So we all know we're balls of energy, and outside of our physical body, we have layers of energy. So prana is life force energy, which literally comes through into your body from either the ground, which I was telling Anna about this morning, ground prana. We get air prana and we have sun prana, but it's all around us. So the prana comes into our bodies and then it goes through meridians, which then goes into your chakras. So we all know that we have chakras in our body and the chakras are constantly moving. If your chakras ain't moving, they're not alive, basically. So that's what prana energy is. So what I've been learning around is this aura. So your energetic field, which is outside of your body, it's how to work with people, to work on keeping that really strong, because if you're energetic, your aura is strong, it's harder for germs, things, illnesses to penetrate, because all disease in your body starts energetically and then impacts your physical body. So you could actually have disease, illnesses in your energetic body for a certain amount of time before it gets physical. So what I've been learning is how to heal using techniques. So how to heal your energy to make your aura strong. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know what to say. It's like,
you just kept saying it was mind-blowing, because was it not what you expected, do you think? It was different, or?
Well, obviously, I'd read up about it and I was like, oh, I don't know. Seeing him, Les Flitcroft. So Les, who ran the session that I was at, was trained by the master who invented it. So he's the only person in the UK who's been trained by the master. So seeing him at first, before you start to learn the tools and techniques, like stand up and just do his thing and then cure people of things, you just like, your jaw's just on the floor.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I can't describe it.
You
And
see it
then-
on YouTube, don't you? But until you're actually witnessing that in the flesh, must be pretty special.
And then you then learn that within us, within you, you have got these skills. And as the two, obviously, the very long, intense days, you know, a lot of experimenting, getting healed, which is great. But then realizing that you have these abilities within you as well and put them into practice and then working. It's like
healing.
Basically, WTF is like, it's just, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, so it was amazing. It was amazing. But I'm feeling it today just with the travel. Obviously, it was a long drive there, long drive back. I didn't sleep properly. And then last night was the worst sleep ever. I was really looking forward to coming back and getting in my own bed. I was like, oh, I can't wait to go to bed tonight. I had to sleep on the floor, people, because I couldn't get to sleep because my mind's just like this. Oh, I was supposed to go training this morning at 7 o'clock.
I saw that in the diary. I knew that wouldn't happen. No offense. I was thinking, no.
I even says to Caroline, come down the house at 7. We'll go for like a light exercise. I texted her at 6 in the morning when my alarm went off. I was like, no.
But the learning on that though is on an integration day, getting up for 7 to exercise, not so much. Like,
no.
I
was still rolling around on the carpet.
Wendy's just saying, all disease starts in your energy body or cells. Absolutely. Which is why your inner immunity and individual susceptibility is so very VIP, and why you will never cure a virus with a vaccine. That's fascinating. I love that. Thank you, Wendy.
So yeah, it was amazing.
Good.
And I've signed up to do level 2 and 3.
Yeah.
I was like, because ideally for Donna and I, the next stages you can be trained in advance, which is great because you start to work with colours and things. Even just being able to see the aura around someone's body, I was like that. Like on the second day, I could just see it all the time. I was like, oh my God. But actually you start to work with colours, and then the third level is psychotherapy, which is going to be really even more helpful for Donna and I with what we do, because it's all around your mind. So I'm very, very excited.
So we've got any of the prana healers in the house, any of the qualified people, please let us know. Tag me and Cheryl as well, because we'd love to get to hear a little bit more about your experience. And today we wanted to talk to you a little bit. We're talking all this week really about like creating your dream life. And it's amazing because, you know, we get to do stuff like this. We get to investigate modalities and think about what will really help us with our clients and go off and do it. Like we don't, Cheryl's like, should we do it? We're like, why would we not do it? It was lovely, wasn't it? She started.
I make a call. I'm like, I want to do the second thingy on this date, and this is how much it's cost. Is that okay? Yes, right, done.
I'm like, why are you telling me? Like, I don't understand. Just book it. So yeah, we're really lucky because this is. I'm taking that back. We're not lucky. We've got really conscious about creating a lifestyle and a business that we can do this and explore what makes our heart sing. Like whether Cheryl went away and loved it or whether she went away and thought that's not for us. It's kind of, we don't have attachment to that. We just want to explore and be inquisitive and be curious within our own lives and understand just how can we keep getting better and better and better as coaches, and how can we continue to keep supporting our community and our clients. So anything that we think looks interesting, we'll always go and explore. So for you, like for us, the catalyst of that was having the balls to start the business. Like, because life was very different, wasn't it, Cheryl? Like corporate life did not give us, like I thought it was great because I was flexible and that I got to work from home 1 or 2 days a week. Like I thought that was the dog's bollocks, you know what I mean? Whereas now I get to oversee nail paint in the hall. Yeah, I get cuddles off Caleb in the middle of the day. Like it's so cool. Fabulous, Cheryl Lee. Wendy's just saying, I'd love to work with colours and auras. Enormous energetic leap. Love it. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
And the thing is, like when we worked in corporate, we loved our jobs.
Mm-hmm.
Like I loved my job. I loved being a leader, which I still am. I loved coaching, still am. So it's just until you actually, when you know that you want to start your own business, until you actually do it, and don't get us wrong, me and Donna go through, have been through these starting your own business, particularly in the first year. No, I think we both did, because when we first started off, we're like, hey, this is great. going for lunches, this, that, and the other. And then like reality hit in, like 6 months in, we didn't have any clients.
Didn't have any money.
So then we went through the phase of like being in the kitchen with like heads down, asses up, with steam coming off our fingers, building lead pages, this, that, and the other. Like reality hit us. And then like we kind of then went through the second half of the first year, wanting to launch everything and not knowing what to do first. And I think like for us, once we hired Nick after our first year, who then gave us direction, said, nail it and scale it. You do this, you do this, you do this. We got less of that, didn't we? And more of this and peaks and, you know,
it was. You have a bump, but not a plummet. Yeah.
And it gave me
off the cliff.
Yes, more space. So you go through phases, but actually then you start to know how you work, what your routines are like what works for you, where you get your best, where you get your least, where we work together, when we're most creative, when we're like, it evolves, doesn't it, as you go through it and you find like what really works well for you.
Like it's still evolving. That you being away this weekend's part of evolving. When I was away last week, I said to Cheryl laughingly, apparently when I'm away, I work more. But it wasn't like what our classes work. It was like thinking about the business and thinking like in 12 months what we want to create. And I literally sent her a little picture, just a little video of I've written all of this, like all these ideas coming out because of the book I was reading. And it's just amazing that you get the space to do that. And I think when you are in a job that you really enjoy, it's a little bit like what Gay Hendricks in The Big Leap, which is a phenomenal book, calls your zone of excellence, where you're doing great, you're very good at what you do, you're in the golden handcuffs, you're earning good money, you've got safety, security, pension, all the stuff that keeps you safe, that like me, own and stuff we're talking about yesterday. But above your zone of excellence, there's your zone of genius. And if you step away from your zone of excellence into your zone of genius, where you are totally in flow, where you are really using your natural gifts, where you are consciously creating, co-creating your life, it's like when you're doing really well and you're in your zone of excellence, and I got outstanding ratings and kept being told I was great at what I did, and it's really difficult to step away from that and think about what your genius looks like. But that's what we'd love you to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Isn't it about that? Just because it's great now, it can get better. Yeah. If that's what you want, if that's what you desire, and having your own business is potentially part of what that might look like. And you'll know because you'll have these pipe dreams.
You'll have these things in your stomach of, oh my God, well, yeah, everyone else can do that, but that's not for me. And all these limiting beliefs that you've got in there. But Wendy's just asking a good question. Do you have to know you can scale it, or do you just nail it first and then the universe scale it?
Nail it first. Nail it. And that's a trademarked thing for Nick, actually nail it and scale it. That's one of her trademark modules, because it's, you've got to nail it first. Like at first we just wanted to do 1-to-1. Yeah. You don't have to know how you're going to make your first 1 million or 10 million or whatever out of it. Like that would be boring if you knew it all now. Like all you have to do is breathe life into it, get it out there, get it up and running, and start with your first client. Like who's your dream client, who you'd love to work with, and then look to multiply them. And then after that, you start, most models when you start, you're either selling one product or you're dealing with one client, and it's still the time for money. The bigger your business gets and the more clients you can serve, obviously then it takes on a bit more of a life of its own, becomes more of a business, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think for me, as you know, consistency is key. I get stuck by ideas and run off on a tangent, or I get busy rather than inspired action. I'm so conscious of this. And it's a biggie, and that's what we did. I mean, the first year, if I look back now, we launched, we wanted to do blogs, podcasts,
Soul System,
an online program, the Soul System, the one-to-ones. We were thinking like wanting to do a group program. I was thinking about what lives we could do. And it was too much. Like going back now, I wouldn't have even done the podcast. I wouldn't have done, we spend so much time doing a lot of shit that was fun, but actually your first year is about establishing what you love doing and generating revenue and getting some money and getting some testimonials. Like that's what your first year in business is like. And our business actually hasn't changed much in terms of what we do for clients and the clients that we love to work with. That really hasn't changed dramatically, has it, Cheryl? The things that we can offer and the way we do that has changed a little bit, but
Definitely. And when I've been to conferences, when I went to Expert Empires and listened to like people who generate 7 and 8 million, they were like, until you've earned your first 50 grand, you don't need all these systems. You don't need funnels and lead pages and websites and podcasts, all the stuff that we sat and did with no clients and like paid for it ourselves. And you go to the thing a year later and they're like, no, you don't do any of that until you've earned this. So like, all right.
I know.
Now we know. So
we started with the automation though. Like we started getting it ready. We build the Field of Dreams thing. We're like, when we get hundreds of queries a week, we need to know we can handle them. So like we just started off with the end in mind. We don't have to do it. And you know, when I went to Rich Litvin last year, there was coaches there and in hundreds and hundreds of thousands who don't have a website yet. Yeah. So like all of that stuff's not important. Don, who's coming to speak. So every month in our group, The Real You, we have guest speakers. And next week, it's an amazing guy, a coach that I met over in San Diego. And Don is incredibly successful. He's an energy coach and he doesn't have a website. He hasn't got a Facebook group. He hasn't got any of that stuff. He's not on LinkedIn. He's on LinkedIn, but he's not needed to. Like his whole business is being based off referrals. So it's just about you being clear on what you want your business to be. Who's that first client you want to work with? Get that and start from there. But the thing that we really want to ask you today is like, if starting a business is something that you really, really feel like would be the thing that would bring you joy, give yourself permission to have that dream and start fantasizing, get carried away and write down what is stopping you. Start getting serious with yourself around what is the number one thing that's in the way. I talked about this yesterday. Remember, I said for me, it was that weird worry that what if I went and did that and I was crap at it and then I didn't even have the dream any longer? And once you say that out loud, you realize how ridiculous it is. But I kept that to myself for years and years because I didn't allow myself time to think about it. I didn't give myself permission to dream, which is why we want you to start there. Is that a mic drop, Cheryl?
Mic drop. Absolutely. And, you know, what I was thinking when you were just chatting there, like you guys, some of you guys haven't just been attracted to us for no reason. Like a lot of women so far who've come to us, and men actually, who've come to us, didn't consciously know that they wanted to start their own businesses. It's been in your subconscious or in your niggle or in your thing that you don't dare dream about. And actually then through the process of being in our community and working with us, the whispers got louder and louder and louder and louder. And before you know it, you're in the process of setting your own business up or you've got an idea that you want to. So that's the universe guiding some of you because you can see that's what we've done, which is why some of you were attracted to us because we've created our dream life. We're living it. We've set our own business up. So we're living proof to you that it can do it. If we can do it, we're not superhuman. If we can do it, anyone
running businesses, did we? Nothing. No. We knew how to coach people, but we didn't know anything about all the other shit. No. We can learn all the other shit. And we'll be talking to you next week, I think on Monday, about goals, which are really important. Because I think when you start off with a business, you start off with a lot of tasks that you need to do, and you can quickly become disengaged from the goal and the why you started it in the first place, which Yvette, I know we were backwards and forwards in the soul system this morning talking about why we have days where we're a bit lower and and it's really important that goal, that burning vision of what it is that you're trying to achieve is at the forefront of your mind, because that is where your motivation comes from. So more about that next week.
Absolutely.
Sorry, the virgin guy just turned back up. Is he still a virgin? I am going to tap back into my dream via journaling again. I've neglected my journaling. And this is the biggest thing when you start in a business. I mean, even we did, like the self-care just hit the wall. That first 6 months when you're just conscious of, I need all these things to try and get a client. You know, we had website nightmares. I think we sacked 3 different developers and all this kind of stuff. And the self-care was the thing that gave, and actually that's the thing you've really, really, really got to take care of more than anything. So if you are in your early days of business or you're in your early days of having permission to dream, giving yourself that space away from the laptop and physically creating and building stuff, to go for walks or go to the gym or cook some food or go to go to the cinema, watch a film, whatever you want to do, see family, is really important. You've got to have that, guys. So don't let that slip, otherwise you'll end up hating it before you've got a client.
Reframe it. It's work, and that's what Nick said to us. So which really hit home for me. When you're doing your meditation, when you're doing your morning routine, when you're going to your yoga class, like it might be in the day when you're meant to be working, this is work. Like when you're a business owner, as we know, your mindset is everything. So when you are working on your mindset, you are working. It doesn't mean then you've got to work another 10, 12 hours to make up for the fact that you actually went and read a book or you went to a yoga class or whatever it is. It's all work.
And don't force it. So if you do have some days, I know, again, we mentioned this, where actually you just want to read. Remember, I said one day, Cheryl came, I was like, I just can't sit at that table today. And she was like, what do you want to do? I was like, I just want to go to the pictures. I just want to watch A Star Is Born. And that's what we did. Some days we would just sit and read. Some days we would just go for a walk. And funnily enough, then the ideas would come, or I would really get to what is blocking me. Why am I feeling bothered? Like, what is going on with me? And what happened before that? That's always the question, Cheryl. And what went on before you started feeling like that? And that's when you just reconnect, go back to fun. It's got to be fun. Otherwise, you might as well be in your corporate job, right? So I'm not saying it's fun all day, every day. But if you come up with the goal of like, I want this to be fun, I want to enjoy this process, I've waited a long time for it, you're going to enjoy it a whole lot more. But for now, just permission to dream. It costs nothing. You don't have to make a decision yet. Just start fantasizing about, if you had a business, what would it be? If you were doing it all day for no money, what would you do? And just go from there.
Dreaming.
Get the vision board done. Get the vision board done. It helps. Proper spiritual bitch slap. You have to message that to me. I love you guys. Proper spiritual bitch slap. Done with love, as always. Done with love. Right.
Absolutely.
So tomorrow, mañana por la mañana, we are talking about money. Money.
I might even put some makeup on.
Wow, it's good of you.
Who knows?
And we are excited because Thursday night we are running a special money mindset masterclass with our Real You online group. Boom. We're going to blow the lid off the place. Right. I've dropped the imposter syndrome link. Make sure you are registered to come to the imposter syndrome training. You've only got 9 sleeps left to get yourself registered for next Thursday. Share it on your social pages. Tag us. Let's make sure everybody knows what imposter syndrome is, knows what's stopping them from living the life of their dreams, getting the house of the dreams, the relationship, the money, the job, whatever it is. Let's make sure that we, as a community, get on this and really start showing up. Have a fabulous day. Mwah. Love you all. See you soon.
Bye.